Well, Biden's speech yesterday angered a lot of people, especially after Mr. Unity said this.
Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Biden then tried to convince his constituents we can unite only if it's around his twisted version of a free and fair election.
But democracy endures only if we, the people, respect the guardrails of the republic. Only if we, the people, accept the results of free and fair elections. Only if we, the people, see politics not as total war, but mediation of our differences.
Now, if you were watching closely, you may have seen something a little odd about CNN's video of the speech, but what was it? Well, let's bring on Church Militan's Chief of Production, Charles Hornbacher, to enlighten us. So, Charlie, what did you discover upon examining this clip?
Well, what I saw when I woke up this morning and I was looking at my Twitter feed, I saw that video of the background changing from red to pink. And yes, I have confirmed this morning that they actually did do that. I've downloaded the videos, I brought them into my editing software, and I've looked at them. And a lot of people online are asking why. Now, a lot of people, of course, are saying it's because this image here of Biden angrily going off on all the MAGA people, that red in the background contrasted with the dark shadows, it looks a little bit like a dictator. I mean, Nazi Germany, China, it's the color red, and even the motion of the hands, the anger. A lot of people online are saying that. And as we all know, red is the color of communism. It's very clear by the flags that they fly. Not only is it the color of communism, but it's used all throughout media to display something evil, something sinister. The dark, desolate land in the Lord of the Rings, the Mordor. You have the dark volcano with the red fire. Darth Vader's red lightsaber contrasted against Luke Skywalker's blue lightsaber. Red is the color of blood and gore. It's the color of anger and passion, while blue is usually associated with serenity and calm. And hunters, and this comes from our history, hunters for millennia, they shoot an animal and there's blood and there's guts. And as Jordan Peterson says, women wear red lipstick. Why? Because red is the color of passion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. When we were kids, we would always say, what's your favorite color? And of course, it would probably change every other day, but, colors do have meaning. But Charlie, I think the big question here is, why would CNN seemingly go through all the trouble of doing this?
Well, James, I don't want to build a straw man argument here. I don't want to just say, red's the color of evil, it's the color of communism, he has red behind him, Joe Biden's a communist, so therefore that's why they changed it to pink to cover for him. I wanted to build a steel man argument because there's other reasons why you might change the colors in a video. As a videographer, as a video editor, there are plenty of reasons to change the color. So, for starters, let's just analyze this image here. This is an image from my video editing software, Adobe Premiere. And over here on the left, we have what we call a YUV vector scope. It's this circle, and you have red up here, and you have green down here, and blue over here. And what these little white blobs in the middle are is they represent all the colors in your video frame. And so because we have all this pink over here and here, we have this big old blob of pixels between red and magenta, which would be pink. And so clearly it's pink, it's not red. For anyone who might say, oh no, that's red, they didn't change the color. No, it's definitely pink, it's proven right there. And to contrast that to the original footage, This is footage that I downloaded from the internet of some other random news source, and this is also the color of all the other news sources besides CNN. And as you can see, the red here, that's where the walls are. All this white blob here represents the red walls in this frame. There's a lot of red in the frame, and it's all there. It's deep, dark red. So for one, we've proven that it's definitely pink in the CNN footage, and it's definitely red in all the other footage. But that's not the full argument. Biden's face right here honestly looks a little sickly. It's kind of greenish, and I noticed this when I looked at the video, so I looked into it. I isolated his face on the screen here, and also you can kind of see here that my color correction filter is turned off, and you can see his face is kind of over here closer to yellow. This line right here on this YUV vector scope represents skin tone. Doesn't matter where you're born, doesn't matter who you are, light skin or dark skin. Your face, if properly colored on a editing software on the TV, is going to fall on that line. And so I actually applied my own filter to the original footage, and you can see the blob is here on the line. So I made Biden look normal. I made his face skin tone to see if maybe that would have also affect the red, but it didn't. The walls are still red. You can see the red is still here on the vector scope. And so I thought to myself, well, what did they do to make the red pink? And as we can tell from here, I adjusted the hue of the frame, only affecting red. And I produced an image with pink. And if we compare it to CNN, this is actually a split screen. You have CNN's branding on this side, and you have the original footage on this side, but both of them look almost exactly the same. The walls are pink, they're not red, and that's because I applied filters to them. Yes, I edited the video, but I did it to prove a point. They definitely changed red, specifically only red. They made a choice to affect the red and not anything else.
Wow.
So I'm not going to pretend like I know what the director over at CNN is thinking in their head when they're doing this, but maybe our audience, maybe you guys can decide.
Yeah, some really eye-opening stuff there. Charlie, thanks so much for your expertise, and hopefully we'll have you on again soon.
Thank you.
God bless.